Hey guys, welcome back to one more episode of the Tech Dummy Entrepreneur. Now, this episode is a continuation from the previous episode. So, if you have not listened to that episode, I highly recommend that you listen to that episode. Now, this story is about a person called Rajan who was working for an IT organization, and now he loses his job and he's struggling to find a way out of this situation. So, this episode is about life after Excel. So, let's get into the intro song.
Welcome to the Tech Dummy Entrepreneur Podcast, where it's all about the right you, the right business, and the right mentor, so that you can build a business that sells. And now your host. Going on long drives is one of his favorite things to do. Kashyap, Karnala.
Rajan was fed up of the situation. He realized that this situation can repeat itself. It is very much possible that he might lose his job one more time in the future, no matter how much skilled he is, no matter how much experienced he is. Then he made a quick decision. He realized that now he's young, and he quickly checked his bank account. He saw that he had savings which can last for up to 1 year, and then he decided that now, if not for now, I can never start up. So that's when he decides to start up a business of his own. So the first instinct he had was to start up as a consultant, a company which is into consulting, big clients. So his idea was very simple. Now he would start a company and brand himself as the CEO of this company, and he would consult companies, big clients, and in turn get some projects and get some profits in the process. But soon he realized that there are a lot many consulting firms in the market who are doing something similar. So he realized that he was getting into a pure red ocean. So for him to establish himself as a brand and in the process make some money, it would take a long time. So that's when he dropped that idea. So the next morning when Rajan went out for a jog, he saw something very unique. He saw how this small little fellow who was selling lemonade in front of the park, and how people would line up and buy lemonades again and again from him. So that made him realize that business is a game of positioning. He saw that customers who were coming out of the park were thirsty, and he had put the right product at the right time to sell the product. So that's when he decided now he has to start a business which is in demand and be positioned at the right time and at the right place. So that's when Rajan calls up his friend Abhinav and says, "Dude, now this is the time to get started. So you will also get fired. So before you get fired also, let us think about a business idea with which we can set up our careers and our life forever." So for that, Abhinav says, "Look, you're absolutely right. But startup is a very risky thing. Okay, there are a lot of chances of failure. So I suggest that we work with somebody who has already done this, so that we can replicate his process, so that we can get the same results." So Rajan says, "Are you talking about a mentor?" "Absolutely yes," says Abhinav. And he goes on to say, "Look, Rajan, in India, only two things sell: education and food. So we should have our idea around these topics so that we can get started on our money-making machine." Then Rajan chooses the field of education. So he starts to brainstorm different ideas in this space, and then he spots an idea which is about taking small children on an adventure trip and educating them in the process. Wow. So then they start on the journey of finding the right mentor. So Abhinav starts to search for people who have been successful in this journey of starting an educational startup. So then he finds somebody called Mr. Maheshwar Rao. So Maheshwar Rao had been an IT mogul, and he had quit his IT profile, and he had come back to India and started an educational venture for small school children, and he had launched an educational lab, and which was doing brilliantly in the marketplace. So they realized that he would be the right mentor. So that's when Abhinav starts to get in touch with him. He starts to write emails, and Maheshwar Rao agrees for the appointment, and then he calls them for the appointment at his home. So when the actual appointment happens, Rajan is very excited. Now he was very clear about his idea, the potential about the market. Like nobody is in the space, and 92 million people to impact, and huge market is going to be like kill the market essentially, right? So at that point, Mr. Maheshwara stops him and he says, "Look, Wait, do you realize that you're trying to create a need and then sell the product? Because in my experience, those startups who spent their energy and time in creating the need and then selling the product did not survive for a long time. Look, as it is, the journey of startup is difficult. So why do you want to get into some situation or a space where already the chances of failure are against you? Do you also notice that although the end user is a small child, children would be excited, I understand. They would be like thrilled to go for an adventure drive and get some education in the process. But the actual customers of your product are not the children but the parents of the children. Now for them it is totally out of the box to send their children to through a company for an adventure seeking purpose, although although the parents themselves might have gone on a adventure seeking trip during their own college times. You'll be spending a lot of time educating, connecting and convincing the parents about your credibility, and it will take a lot of sales cycle. In that process there are a lot of chances that they may not decide for you, and in that process you might fail as a business. So the bottom line is very simple. As a startup, you need to start in the cycle of the customer, a customer who is already buying the product, and that will be easier for you to get started on your process of making money. It is like selling a bottle of water to somebody who is already running, who is already thirsty. He would be in a much more active position to make the decision to buy your bottle of water than somebody who is watching this running race and contemplating a future where he might run the race and then he might be feeling thirsty. So you can't convince him, you can't take him into that future pacing situation and make him buy the product right now, right? So you're talking to the wrong customer at that point. So in one of my previous episodes, I spoke about this concept about red ocean and blue ocean. So the idea is very simple. Now it is not about starting something right in the core of red ocean. So you don't want to be one of many people. And also, like in this episode, like in this story, you don't want to start something which is totally in the blue ocean as well. So you want to create a product which has elements from red ocean and elements of blue ocean. Basically, you want to give that confidence to the customer to get out of that red ocean to try something new. And when he's getting out of his comfort zone of red ocean, you want to give him that confidence of red ocean and also give him the possibility of a better product which is slightly different from the red ocean. And that's where you can create a product in this in-between space called pink ocean. Now, finding a mentor is no more difficult. You can find amazing mentors on our website called findmymentors.com, where there are a lot of people who have gone through the similar situations that you're going through right now, who can help you and who can help you to grow as a business and in life. So if you like this episode, please share this episode with your friends. So until next time, have fun and take care.